You are listening to episode 21 of the Wealthy Happy Soul podcast, Integrity Check. Welcome to the Wealthy Happy Soul podcast, a show for high achievers who are ready to start enjoying the life they've worked so hard to create. Join me, your host and certified life coach, Dr. Tangi, to learn how to start infusing the dedication you have for your career into living a truly fulfilling life. If you're ready to finally gain the happiness your soul has been longing for, this podcast is for you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 21. How are you doing? I am doing quite nice, actually. This week, my nephew was born, so I'm very excited about that. And then I have also just a lot of major moves being made behind the scenes. And so I have been in this process of having to make some really significant decisions. And like most people, I have a history of making decisions either from a fear of missing out or from seeking approval from other people or what other people will think of me based off of the decision that I make. And at times putting the needs of other people first above myself. And what I have learned to do is to make a commitment to myself to make all of my decisions from integrity. So now when I'm faced with the opportunity to make a really important decision, I run all of my decisions through an integrity check. And integrity, the way I'm looking at it, is the quality of being honest, the quality of honoring my own moral principles and values, the quality of me making that decision from a place of wholeness, from being 100% committed to the decision that I'm about to make. So when I do an integrity check, the first question I like to ask myself is, am I coming from a place of wholeness? Do I accept that I am already as complete and whole as I ever have been or ever will be, no matter what I have or what I don't have, no matter what I do or what I don't do? Am I fully aware that the decision that I'm about to make has no bearing at all on my completeness, on my wholeness, on the value that I place upon myself, on my worth? That's the first question that I ask myself in an integrity check. And the second question I like to ask myself in an integrity check is, am I coming from a place of truth? Am I acknowledging what it is that I really want out of the situation? So for me, what I found is that I didn't want to just be a doctor. What I really wanted was to be a doctor with flexibility, a doctor who was able to live on purpose and have a sense of autonomy consistently. I didn't just want to be a life coach. What I really wanted was to be a life coach with mastery of tools that truly make an impact and change people's lives forever. I wanted to be more than simply an accountability buddy. And one of the areas where this is showing up for me big time now is that I've made the decision that I would like to purchase a home in 2021. I recently moved to Indiana and I see this being my home for a significant period of time. So for me, when it comes to looking for a home, I really want to be on the lake. I want to be waterfront. And that's the most important thing for me because I can feel my body actually craving to be around water lately. So when it comes to looking for a house, what I really want more than just having a house, no matter how much I'm in love with any particular house, if it's not near the water, it's going to be a no-go for me. So all of this to say is that when you're making decisions and you're running your integrity checks, you have to honor your truth. And this can be a bit scary because people aren't taught to honor their truth. People aren't really given express permission from society to honor their truth, especially if you can't really see a clearly laid path out in front of you. And the ironic thing is that the clearly laid out path that you're looking for, the only person who can create it, the only person who can create the path that is respectful and that honors your personal truth is you. And the kicker is the path doesn't even begin to exist until you actually take the first step. And so it can be scary because you may not have taken a similar path before. And so that leads to the third question in an integrity check, which is, am I coming from a place of trust? Not from a place of control or ego, not from a place of I need to control everything that's going to happen from this moment forward, or from a place of ego where you are concerned about what other people think about you, where you're concerned about whether your decision that you're making fits into societal norms. When you ask yourself if you're coming from a place of trust, what you're doing is being able to accept all of the unknown variables and choose to feel safe anyway. We tend to think that we can know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or 5 years from now based on the patterns that we have developed and experienced from the past. But if last year taught us anything, is that none of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. And so when you're making any major decision, I think it's very important to bring that to your awareness. While you think, or you can predict what you think might happen in the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, just the acknowledgement that you really don't know and that there are a lot of unknown variables, and you're choosing to feel safe in the trust of yourself and make the decision anyway, to have your back in whatever decision you're making anyway, is golden. So as I stated before, my sweet baby nephew was born earlier this week. And as I'm talking, I'm just thinking about him. And even though he's in a very new environment and it probably seems extraordinarily loud and cold and a little potentially scary, I just feel like he's not over there being skeptical of his worth or where his next meal is coming from. He just lets his voice be heard. So when he's hungry, he cries, or when his diaper needs to be changed, he cries, and the universe rises up to fill the needs that he has at this time. So I think that is something for us all to remember. Just because we've gotten older, just because we have a lot more years that we've experienced than, say, like a newborn, the universe will rise up to meet you as well. So the next time you're faced with a decision, I would encourage you to do an integrity check and ask yourself, am I coming from a place of wholeness? Am I coming from a place of truth? That's your truth. And am I coming from a place of trust? And every decision you make from here on out will be a decision made in integrity and one that you will not regret. Have a great week. Hey, want to learn exactly how to overcome all the obstacles that are keeping you from having both success and happiness? Well, sign up for the Wealthy Happy Soul Project so that you can begin creating the life you really want to live. And this is perfect for you if you don't want to waste another year swimming in indecision while watching other people just get over themselves and do the things that you have been dreaming about. There are so many people, even during a worldwide pandemic, who have started their business anyway, who have doubled their income anyway, and who have switched careers anyway. Isn't it your turn? Go to drtangi.com, click on the yellow course button, and sign up now. Thank you for listening to the Wealthy Happy Soul podcast. If you want to dive deeper into alignment and start cultivating your inner wealth, head on over to drtangi.com.